Good morning. Welcome to Newswatch Today. I'm Ashlyn Reinhart.
And I'm Sam Cochran. Evacuations take place in Ukraine.
And a Springfield teenager is arrested for shooting water pellets at cars.
Summer Roddershot is here with your forecast, and Ari Cruz has your latest in sports news. This is Newswatch Today.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Right now, we have our first look at the weather. Summer, how's it looking out there?
It is a foggy day right now. It is currently 58 degrees out there, and we only have visibility of about a quarter of a mile. We are in a fog watch until about 10 a.m. today. Later today, our high is going to be 74, and the fog is going to be going away, but the clouds are here to stay, partly sunny. And there's also chances of scattered thunderstorms throughout the day, but for the most part, it should be a beautiful day. Back to you guys.
Hey Sam, I'll take the fog because at least it's not snowing.
That is so true, but you never know with Missouri weather, Ashlyn, so hold on tight. Ukrainian authorities are scrambling to evacuate remaining civilians from the eastern Donetsk and Luhansk regions as Russia begins its new military offensive here and battles get closer to the area's main population centers. The biggest cities in Ukrainian-controlled parts of Donetsk and Luhansk have already turned into ghost towns, with almost all the stores and businesses closed, streets emptied, and only a handful of apartments in each housing block still inhabited. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said a very large part of the entire Russian army is now focused on this offensive. But the Secretary of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council said that the Ukrainian military is fortunately holding on.
A Texas teenager that was released from jail after allegedly shooting his girlfriend 22 times is in custody again. 17-year-old Franklin DeLeon Jr. was charged with the murder of his girlfriend Diamond Alvarez in January after Alvarez was shot 22 times while out walking her dog. DeLeon Jr. was placed back in custody after failing to comply with curfew requirements. DeLeon Jr. was arrested on January 17th, but was released 2 days later after posting a $250,000 bond. He was then placed on house arrest with a GPS monitor and was ordered to not have contact with anyone else involved in the case. And the music department at Evangel put on something special for the campus this week. Sam Cochran has more on the story.
The Evangel University Orchestra and Symphony Concert was on Tuesday of this week. Students, staff, family members, and friends all gathered in Spence Chapel to witness the performance. I interviewed orchestra director Dr. Larry Dismore as he was practicing with his students the day before.
Now tomorrow we're playing a variety of music. We're playing some English folk songs by the British composer Ralph Vaughan Williams. We're featuring two student vocal soloists, and they're each doing different arias, they're called, or songs by Mozart, accompanied by the orchestra. So they're kind of our guest artists, young artists, I guess you could say.
The two solo vocalists who were featured in the performance were Jonathan Martin and Amika Bonitz. The orchestra also performed some music from Beethoven and the theater play Into the Woods, which took place a few weeks ago. Student Josiah Moore got to experience it all.
So I came to the orchestra concert because wanted to come support my friends who were in it, listen to the great music that they've worked on all semester, just really come and support and just hear what they've worked on. They're amazing, really talented, and it's just an awesome experience to come and listen.
The hard work of all the students and staff shined bright through the wide variety of music from different artists, leaving everyone with something to appreciate.
With the concert just about to wrap up, I can confidently say that this was a great performance. Additionally, the music department will be putting on a chorale concert Thursday of this week. Reporting for Newswatch Today, I'm Sam Cochran. A social media trend that prompts teenagers to fire gel or water pellets seems to have reached Springfield. Police said that they took a juvenile into custody on April 12th on suspicion of firing water pellets at drivers. Police say the juvenile had an Orbeez weapon. The juvenile was taken to Greene County Juvenile Detention Center and the adult who was driving the car was arrested on several warrants, but not charged in the pellet incident. Police said something like this can happen anywhere, and the public should always be aware of their surroundings and report any incidents.
And up next, rapper A$AP Rocky is arrested after a vacation with his girlfriend Rihanna.
And I interview a member of Evangel Crosswalk about Valor Volunteer Day. Stay with us.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
About inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Rapper Rakim Mayers, or more widely known as A$AP Rocky, was arrested on April 20th at the Los Angeles International Airport in connection to a 2021 shooting. Mayers was returning on a private plane from Barbados with his girlfriend, Rihanna, who was with Mayers at the time of his arrest. A search warrant has been executed at Mayers' home in LA. Mayers had been under investigation by the LA Police Department for months after a shooting on November 6th. The victim told police that Mayers approached him with a handgun and shot him 3 to 4 times, with one bullet grazing the victim's left hand. And students on Tuesday got a very rare chance to one-up their professors in a friendly challenge. Reporter Jacob Harris has the story.
The Faculty Staff versus Students basketball tournament was hosted in the Ashcroft Center by Phi Kappa Epsilon and the Kinesiology Department to help raise funds for the next school year. Students and staff were invited to play head-to-head in the friendly game of basketball to help build Evangel community. Players and spectators alike had to pay $1 at the entrance fee or donate a canned food item to buy into the raffle drawings with prizes up to $100. The event was aimed at allowing both staff and students to de-stress during the weeks leading up to finals.
Just a fun event to bring the campus together and have a good time. It's always fun when you can get in and have a competitive sporting event, and what student doesn't want to get out there against one of their professors and pop a 3 on them, you know? So really it's just kind of end of the semester, we're getting ready for finals, just wanted a fun and enjoyable event that everybody could come and be a part of.
And so I know I have a lot coming up, and so being able to come and play ball and just take a few minutes to step away from everything going on is super helpful, and it's even good for you. You're getting in some good exercise for sure.
Families of students and staff were able to attend the matchup, with students coming to root for their friends and their favorite professors.
I did tell my students, if you want an opportunity to see a professor injure himself, the probabilities are pretty high for me tonight.
As it turns out, everything you need to relieve a little stress and build a little community is just a little bit of basketball. For Newswatch Today, I'm Jacob Harris.
And now we have a very special guest to talk to us about Evangel's Valor Volunteer Day. Isn't that right, Sam?
That's right, Ashlyn. Here I have Caitlin Smith from Evangel's Crosswalk. Caitlin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Valor Volunteer Day and all that goes into it.
Yeah, so Valor Volunteer Day, it's going to be the Crosswalk Board and then Center for Compassion. We partnered with Convoy of Hope, so it's going to be on the quad. We're going to be bagging groceries for a few hours, and so it's just a great way for people to come with their floor, with their sports teams, or with their clubs, and just kind of serve the community. We're bagging groceries that's going to go across the globe. So. Yeah,
that's awesome. So in what way are you involved in this whole process?
Yeah, so I am on the committee. I'm the PR director for Crosswalk, so I sit in on the committee. So we've been planning this event. I'm getting to do all of the PR for it, and then day of, I'm getting to take pictures of everybody serving.
That's awesome, yeah. So how is this event different from past events? Like, has anything like Valor Volunteer Day been done before on Evangel?
So sort of. We have done Make a Difference Day. We do that. That is a nationwide thing that happens in October, and we get to go out into the Springfield community to serve. Valor Volunteer Day is slightly different. This is the first one that we've ever had. It's going to be on Evangel's campus. So it's a great way for students who maybe don't have a car, can't drive to different locations, but still want to serve. They're going to be able to make an impact on Evangel's campus, and they're going to be able to do that with a group of friends or anybody that they want to invite.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's awesome. So are there plans to do more Valor Volunteer Days or events similar?
Yeah, so we are in the works of trying to make this an annual thing that we do every year. We just think it's really important to have this heart of compassion on campus, and so we're really trying to promote that through service.
Yeah, that's a very cool mission to have. And so how do you think that this event contributes to the community and the campus life that we have here at Evangel?
Yeah, so like I said, anybody is welcome to come, and you can come with your floor, you can come with your teams, your clubs, or you can just come just by yourself as an individual. We're going to have Steve Pulis, who's one of the VPs at Convoy of Hope. He's going to be doing some icebreaker questions, and we're going to have some giveaways throughout the day, so it's going to be a fun way to still serve, but also have fun with your friends.
Yeah, that's a great balance of the two. That's really cool that it's not only like hard work, right? It's an event where people can come together and just have fun while they serve. And that's the way to serve, right?
Yes.
It's alongside your peers and alongside your fellow students and just having fun while you do it. That's awesome. So is it too late for students to sign up?
It is not too late. So the event is actually going to be tomorrow, Friday at 3 to 5 on the quad. And so there's a couple different ways you can sign up. You can go to www.convoyofhope.org/valor. And that's going to take you to a link, and then after that there's an assumption of risk waiver that everybody needs to fill out. Or you can go to the Crosswalk's Instagram, it's in the link in the bio. Also around campus there's going to be some posters with a QR code, so just you can scan that. You can even walk on and sign up tomorrow like at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's very convenient. So with being on Crosswalk, how has Crosswalk affected you personally, and just with all that you do and the mission that lies within that organization?
Yeah, so I came into Crosswalk this year. Like I said, I'm the PR and media director, and so it's been really interesting to see that there's a bunch of different ways that ministry can impact. And so for me, like my ministry is being able to promote all the other ministries on campus. And so it's just been really interesting to see like the different aspects of ministry and how that happens, and then also just the community. We do some service events, we do some all halls, we do devos, and so the community all around has just been really great.
Yeah. So what has been your favorite part of that process and just being involved in Crosswalk? I'm not sure how long you have been involved in Crosswalk. Is this your first semester, second semester?
This is my second semester. I joined in October of last year. And so I think just one of the best things has been the friends that I've made. I kind of came into this thinking it was going to be a lot of work, and it has been, but it's also been really rewarding and really fun just to have that family of people.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the semester about to come to a close in the school year, are there any more Crosswalk events that are taking place?
Yeah, so Valor Volunteer Day is going to be the last big event that we have, and then there's going to be some more floor devos. There might be an all hall or two, and then just lastly, we do what's called passing of the torch, and so it's anybody that is not returning to the Crosswalk board next year, they pass the torch to the person that is taking their place. So that is going to be next Monday night.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Well, Caitlin, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for all that you do for this campus through Crosswalk.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Ashlyn, back to you.
Thanks, Sam. I know we've had a lot of rain recently summer, but what's the weather looking like for Volunteer Day?
Valor Volunteer Day should be in the clear. It is going to be beautiful temperatures, but I'll talk about it more in my full forecast. Stay with us.
A coalition of current and former National Park Service employees are lobbying for President Joe Biden to preserve and establish national monuments across the country. The Coalition to Protect America's National Parks is the organization that is pushing for the Biden administration to protect 6 national treasures and pursue his goal of 30 by 30, an effort to protect 30% of the United States land and water by 2030. Biden can use the Antiquities Act of 1906 to declare public proclamation of historic landmarks. I know, Sam, I'd love to see a lot of more national monuments created and preserved.
Yeah, me too, Ashlyn. So people can just get out there, enjoy nature, and enjoy sunshine. Speaking of sunshine, Summer, how's the weather looking?
Hopefully we're going to be getting more sunshine this week than we did last week. Right now it's only 58 degrees out there and it is foggy. There's only a visibility of about a quarter of a mile and we are in a fog watch until 10 a.m. So please be careful as you are driving to work. Later today, our high is going to be 74 degrees. The fog is going to be clearing up, but the clouds are here to stay with winds at about 11 miles per hour. Later tonight, our low is going to be 64 degrees, still cloudy throughout the night, and then the winds are going to be about the same for the most part at 9 miles per hour, so averaging about that 10 miles per hour for most of the day. Our almanac shows us that for high temperatures, we are right where we're supposed to be. It's usually about 70 degrees, and we have that 74 degrees, but we are not close to the average low temperature, which is usually 47 degrees, and we are at 64 degrees. Precipitation for the month is above average by about a quarter of an inch. And once again, the visibility is only a quarter of a mile out there. Our satellite shows us that a lot of the Midwest is in the clear, and you see we have this system that looks like it is moving out of Missouri right now. But what does that look like across the state? So the only parts of our state right now that is going to have a lot of rain is the lower southwest corner. Springfield should be in the clear for the most part, although we do have that fog watch. And there are chances of scattered storms across the state, but it's really nothing that is going to be adding too much to the dirt and mud we already have outside. High temperatures across the state for today. You see Springfield has 74, as does St. Louis. And then Kansas City has a high of about 73 degrees. So it's about that mid-70s across the board for most of the day. Our national forecast shows us that Missouri and a lot of the Midwest is in a rain and thunderstorm area, although most of that is scattered. And then Kansas does have chances of severe thunderstorms throughout the day. Along the East Coast, we have a bunch of rain, and then along the West Coast, we have a bunch of mixed precipitation along with thunderstorms. But it is going to be a rainy day across the United States. Our 6-day forecast shows us that tomorrow and Saturday are going to be beautiful temperatures. We have a high of 81 degrees on Friday and a high of 80 on Saturday, both partly cloudy though. It does not measure up to the thunderstorms that we are going to be having on Sunday, and our temperature is also going to be dropping to 67 as a high. But then Monday, it is going to be clearing up rain-wise. The temperature is still going to be dropping with a high of only 63 degrees. And then Tuesday, it is going to be the sunniest day that week with a high of 67. And Wednesday, the clouds are coming back, and it's going to have a high of 70-degree weather. So tomorrow and Saturday are going to be beautiful 80-degree temperatures, and you're going to want to enjoy it before we have thunderstorms again on Sunday. Back to you guys.
You know, Ashlyn, it's like we say every week. We'll take all the sunshine we can get.
That's right, Sam. I'm excited for the day that I can say that snow and hail and everything in between is finally out of the conversation. And up next, Ari Cruz gives us the latest in sports. We'll be right back.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If if I'm really free. Take me down to the river and walk.
The Fantastic Beasts and the Flash star Ezra Miller was arrested once again in Hawaii. This time, the 29-year-old was taken into custody for second-degree assault after throwing a chair at a woman's head in a home on the Big Island of Hawaii. After investigation, police determined that Miller became enraged after being asked to leave, in which he threw the chair and struck a 26-year-old female. This is not the first time the Miller has had trouble with law enforcement in Hawaii, as Miller is also facing charges in a separate case regarding a traffic violation and another that took place at a karaoke bar. And Sam, with him being in such a public eye and having a big platform, I think that he just needs to calm down.
He really does. If he's not careful, he may never be in another movie again. But anyways, here's Ari Cruz with the latest in sports.
Thank you, Sam. On Monday, the Evangel Valor Women's Tennis defeated Bethany in their regular season finale. In doubles play, Evangel claimed the point by 2 close matches, and in singles play, Evangel took 4 wins, which gave them a 5-2 victory in Bethany. The singles players who defeated Bethany in their matches included senior Anna Bajelica, sophomore Abigail Channing, freshman Alexia Phipps, and sophomore Bethany Overturf. Up next, Valor competes at the conference tournament at the Cooper Tennis Complex on Friday afternoon in Springfield. To see updates on the opponents and the game times, follow along with the Evangel Athletics social media and Evangel Athletics website. In other news, Tom Brady announced Monday that he is returning to play another season in the NFL despite announcing his retirement. He mentioned in an interview that he had been thinking about returning to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when free agency began in March. And in February, he retired and took some time for his family to rest and reflect on if he made the right decision to end his career. After speaking to his former coach and teammates, Brady decided he may not be ready to leave the game quite yet. With his body feeling strong and up to the task, Brady is afraid he will miss out on a great opportunity to have a great season, which is why he is confident to return once again. And in other news, Cristiano Ronaldo will not be on pitch next Tuesday for Manchester United's match against Liverpool. It was announced on Monday that Ronaldo is dealing with the loss of his newborn son. Ronaldo and his partner, Georgina Rodriguez, posted on social media about the loss and how devastated they are. To show their support, Manchester United encouraged the two of them in their time of grief and allowed Ronaldo to take some time for himself. They also offered their condolences on Twitter by tweeting, "Your pain is our pain." Our hearts go out to Ronaldo and his family in these hard times. Now, Sam and Ashlyn, back to you.
Thanks, Ari, and I know that this is a very tragic loss for this family.
Yeah, you know, Ari said it well. Our condolences really do go out to his family and his friends. Up next, Elon Musk expresses interest in buying Twitter.
And Summer joins us for our final forecast. Stay with us.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Elon Musk sent Twitter stocks soaring last week after he revealed through a tweet that he had filed an offer with the SEC to buy the American social media company. The stock rose more than 18% at its peak and retained a 5% increase in price through Tuesday morning. If successful, the purchase would be a momentous move of historical proportions for the social media space. Musk has voiced support for establishing greater focus on freedom of speech in Twitter's company and policies, and has spoken critically of company leadership. Despite the topic's dominance of financial news headlines for the past week, it remains unclear whether Musk would be able to secure funding for the bid. Elon Musk, that guy can probably buy the entire world, honestly.
Yes, this Twitter purchase would be a big power move for sure, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So Summer, how's the weather looking for the rest of this week?
It should be a pretty beautiful week with only one day of rain. Tomorrow, Friday, we have a high of 81 degrees, and Saturday has a high of 80 degrees, both of those partly cloudy. Sunday is the only day this week that we are going to have a lot of rain with thunderstorms, and then the high dropping down to 67 degrees. Monday, it is going to be partly cloudy again, but there shouldn't be rain. The temperature once again dropping to 63 degrees. Tuesday is going to be a beautiful sunny day with a high of 67 degrees, and then Wednesday is going to be sunny again, partly cloudy with a high of 70 degrees. So it is going to be a beautiful week if you're looking for not much rain. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Summer. So Sam, how are you going to enjoy all of this sunshine that we get this week?
Well, hopefully the Valor courts will be done by then, and I can, go and play basketball with all my friends. What about you?
That sounds awesome. I might also be on those Valor courts balling out.
Wow. We might just see each other. We might have to play one-on-one, actually.
Might be a matchup.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all for us today. I'm Sam Cochran.
And I'm Ashlyn Reinhart, and this is our final Newswatch for this season. We hope to see you again in the fall.